Take a deep breath. We're glad you're here, and enjoy yourself whenever you're ready.
Holiday.
By Phil Berry. Well, Mr. Case, was it? How do you do?
Very well.
Well, the weather is quiet, the opera, and a trip to Europe, da-da-da. Will that do for preliminaries? Because there's something I'd really like to say.
Admirably.
I love my sister Julia more than anything else in this world.
I don't blame you. So do I.
She's sweet. You don't know.
Yes, I do.
She's beautiful.
Don't. I'll start jittering.
It's terribly important that she should marry the right person.
That's important for everyone.
It's particularly so for Julia. I suppose you don't realize you're a bit of a strange bird in these parts.
How's that?
You don't know the kind of men we see as a rule. Where have you been?
Oh, working hard.
Nights?
Nice too.
Come clean, Case. What about these little jaunts to Placid?
You know something? That's the first holiday I've ever had.
And you can't have been working long.
Just since I was 10.
10? At what?
Anything I could get. Law the last few years.
You must be ambitious.
Not for what you're thinking.
Well, for what?
I want to live. Do you mind?
Well, what is it you've been doing?
I don't call what I've been doing living.
No.
You know how you asked me earlier if I knew any living people? The truth is, I know darn few.
There aren't but a few.
And I mean to be one of them someday.
So do I.
There's a pair called Nick and Susan Potter.
So you know Nick and Susan?
I should say I do.
That's where I've heard your name. Aren't they grand?
Seems to me they know just about everything. Could be wrong.
But you're not.
Life must be swell when you have an idea what goes on the way they do.
They get more fun out of nothing than anyone I know.
You don't have such a bad time yourself, though, do you?
Case, are you drawing me out?
Sure, come on.
Well, compared to the time I have, the last man on a chain gang thoroughly enjoys himself.
How does that happen?
You tell me, and I'll give you a rosy red apple.
Seems to me you have just about, well, everything.
Does it?
What's the matter? Are you fed up? You ought to come on a party with Julie and me.
Anytime you need an extra girl, give me a ring.
How's Tuesday?
Splendid. And how's Thursday?
Blooming.
Do I seem to you to complain a good deal?
Hadn't noticed.
Oh, then I can let myself go a little. This is no life for me.
What do you mean? All this lux, all this...
Exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. What's the answer?
Well, maybe you need some time off, too. I mean, from what you've been doing day in, day out.
Days out? Please. Years out.
All right, take it. Take the time.
And of course, that's so easy.
Can be done. I intend to do it. I intend to take quite a lot of it, actually, once I'm done with the, wherewithal.
Case, you astonish me. I thought you were a willing worker.
I am if I can get what I'm working for.
And what's that?
Mine is a simple story. I just want to save part of my life for myself. But there's a catch to it, though. It has to be a part of the young part.
You'll never get on and up that way.
All right, but I want my time while I'm young. Retire young, work old. That's what I want to do.
Well, that's grand. Does Julia know about it?
There's no use getting her hopes up until I'm sure I can do it. You won't tell her, will you?
You can do it yourself now. She's got enough of her own for 2, or 10 for that matter. Mother and grandfather did us pretty.
Thanks, but I've got to do this myself. And just one pretty should suffice.
I see. That's foolish. But you're all right, Case. You haven't been bitten with it. You haven't been caught by it.
I was.
The reverence for riches.
You are a funny girl.
Funny, am I? What about you, you big stiff?
Just take Johnny's hand and come into the light, sister. There's a conspiracy against you and me, you know?
What's that?
The reverence for riches.
I know.
They won't let us have any fun. They won't give me any time to think.
And I suppose, like the great fathead you are, you went and told them all your dreams and aspirations.
Uh-huh.
Pretty disappointing.
Bad enough.
Poor boy.
And what about your evening?
Not so good either.
Poor girl.
Pathetic, wasn't it? My fuss and fury over anything as unimportant as a party.
Well, maybe it was important.
Even if it was, I'm not. Maybe that's the answer.
Not quite. Linda, you're a brick.
I hope an attractive brick, at least.
Very.
You're not so bad yourself. You can count on Linda. Run on down to the party. They'll be waiting.
Linda, Dave, well, your father has...
Do you love her, Johnny? Do you love Julia or don't you?
Of course I do.
Think of her then. If she ever needed you, she needs you now. Once you're through with it, you can help her. Try for years. You're all that's left. Go on.